Water is the lifeblood of every thriving plant. Too little and they falter, too much and roots drown. Mastering watering is about more than damp soil. It's about building resilience from the roots up. Every plant, from succulents to roses, depends on thoughtful watering to flourish. Today, I'll share 5 essential watering tips to help your garden and houseplants thrive. Let's dive in and unlock the secrets to healthier, happier plants. When it comes to watering your garden, the depth of your watering is far more important than how often you do it. Many gardeners make the mistake of watering a little bit every day, but this only wets the surface and leaves the deeper soil dry. Instead, focus on giving your plants a thorough soak less frequently, so water penetrates well below the surface. Quick, light sprinkles only encourage roots to stay near the surface, making them more vulnerable to heat, drought, and stress. Deep watering, on the other hand, encourages roots to grow downward, anchoring plants and making them stronger and more resilient to dry spells. For garden beds, aim to water slowly and steadily, allowing moisture to reach at least 6 to 12 inches below the surface. This is where most plant roots are actively growing and searching for water. To check if you've watered deeply enough, use a trowel, your finger, or a moisture meter to test the soil. If it's dry below 2 inches, it's time to water. Dig down a bit and feel the soil. Moisture should be present well below the surface, not just on top. For container plants, water until you see it draining from the bottom of the pot. This ensures that all the roots, even those at the very bottom, get the moisture they need. It also helps flush out any built-up salts from fertilizers. Remember, containers dry out much faster than garden beds, especially during hot summer days or when kept indoors with dry air. Check them often, as they may need water every day or two in peak heat. Avoid the temptation to give your plants a quick splash each day. Shallow watering only wets the top layer of soil, causing roots to stay near the surface where they're more likely to dry out and suffer. Instead, water slowly and steadily, letting the moisture soak deep into the soil. This takes a little more time, but it pays off with healthier, more drought-tolerant plants. Soaker hoses or patient hand watering are ideal for garden beds, as they deliver water right where it's needed and allow it to seep in gradually. For pots, add water in stages, letting it soak in before adding more, until you see water draining out. After watering, check the soil. It should feel moist and cool to the touch, but not soggy or waterlogged. Overwatering can be just as harmful as underwatering, so aim for that perfect balance. As you get to know your garden, you'll notice that some areas dry out faster than others. Sunny spots, raised beds, and sandy soils may need more frequent deep watering, while shady or clay-rich areas hold moisture longer. Deep watering also prevents the soil surface from crusting over, which can block water and air from reaching the roots. It encourages roots to grow deep, where they can access water even during dry spells. Vegetables and fruits are especially thirsty for consistent, deep moisture. Without it, they may drop blossoms, produce smaller fruit, or become stressed and prone to pests. Newly planted trees, shrubs, and perennials need deep soaks every few days as they establish their roots. This helps them settle in and grow strong from the start. As your plants mature, their roots will spread out and reach deeper into the soil, allowing them to go longer between waterings. Mature plants are more self-sufficient, but still benefit from occasional deep soaks, especially during dry weather. Making the switch to deep watering is a simple change, but it can completely transform the health and resilience of your garden. You'll notice stronger growth, fewer wilted leaves, and better harvests. Take the time to water deeply and thoughtfully, and your plants will reward you with lush growth, vibrant blooms, and a thriving, resilient garden you can be proud of. When it comes to watering your garden, timing truly makes all the difference. The early morning hours, ideally between 5 and 9, are by far the best time to water your plants. This is when the air is cool, the sun is just beginning to rise, and your garden is waking up for the day. Watering at this time allows your plants to absorb moisture before the heat of the day sets in, giving them a head start and helping them thrive. Cooler temperatures in the morning mean that less water is lost to evaporation. More of the water you provide actually reaches the roots, where it's needed most. The soil stays moist longer, and your plants can take up water at their own pace, reducing stress and promoting healthy growth. By watering in the morning, you're essentially filling up your plants' internal reservoirs. This gives them the resources they need to face the day's heat and sun, helping them stay hydrated and resilient even during the hottest afternoons. It's a simple step that can make a big difference in how your garden weathers the summer. Another key benefit is disease prevention. When you water early, leaves have plenty of time to dry as the sun rises. This quick drying process helps prevent fungal diseases like powdery mildew and blight, which thrive in damp, dark conditions. Dry leaves mean healthier plants and fewer problems down the road. In contrast, watering in the evening can leave leaves wet overnight, creating the perfect environment for disease and pests to take hold. Fungi and insects are more likely to attack when plants stay damp for hours in the dark, so it's best to avoid late-day watering whenever possible. If you can't water in the morning, the next best option is late afternoon, but be sure to finish well before sunset. This gives leaves time to dry before nightfall, reducing the risk of disease and keeping your plants healthy. Don't forget about your indoor plants. They also benefit from morning watering, which mimics the natural rhythms of outdoor light and moisture. Watering early helps prevent mold and mildew from developing in the soil or on leaves, keeping your houseplants vibrant and healthy. In the vegetable garden, morning watering is especially important during the hot months. It ensures that crops like tomatoes, peppers, and cucumbers have enough moisture to produce abundant, flavorful harvests. Consistent morning watering can maximize your yield and improve the quality of your produce. Flowering shrubs and perennials also benefit from early watering. When watered in the morning, they're less likely to suffer from powdery mildew and other moisture-related diseases. Their blooms last longer, and their foliage stays lush and green. If your mornings are busy or you're not an early riser, consider setting up soaker hoses or a drip irrigation system with a timer. These tools deliver water directly to the soil, right where your plants need it, and can be programmed to run at the optimal time. Automating your watering routine ensures your garden gets consistent care, even on days when you're short on time or away from home. It's a smart investment for any gardener who wants to keep their plants thriving. Watering in the morning aligns with nature's rhythms, supports plant health, and sets your garden up for success. It's a small habit that pays off in big ways, season after season. Make early morning watering part of your gardening routine, and you'll soon notice stronger, healthier plants and a more beautiful, productive garden. Every plant has unique water needs. There's no one-size-fits-all approach. Succulents and cacti thrive on neglect. Let their soil dry out completely before watering. Tropical houseplants like ferns need consistent moisture and humidity, but not soggy soil. Check the top inch of soil. If it's dry, water. Avoid letting water sit in saucers. Vegetables need steady, deep watering, especially when fruiting. Mulch helps retain moisture. Seedlings and young transplants need gentle, frequent watering to keep soil moist but not waterlogged. Group plants by water needs, succulents together, thirsty tropicals together, to simplify care. Research each species' requirements and adjust as seasons change. Sun, wind, humidity, and temperature all affect watering frequency. Indoor heating and AC dry out air, increasing watering needs. In cooler months, water less. Observe your plants and let their appearance guide you. Flexibility and attention are key. Tailoring your routine helps plants truly thrive. This thoughtful approach is the mark of a true gardener. Don't water on autopilot. Plants' needs change with weather, season, and growth. Each plant is unique, and their water requirements can shift dramatically depending on the time of year, the amount of sunlight, and even the type of soil they're growing in. Paying close attention to these changes is key to keeping your plants healthy and thriving. Overwatering is a common mistake, and it often shows up as yellowing leaves, mushy or soft stems, a musty or sour smell from the soil, and even root rot if the problem persists. These symptoms can sneak up on you, especially if you're watering on a schedule rather than checking the plant's actual needs. If you notice these signs, it's important to act quickly. Remove affected leaves, let the soil dry out, and check your pot's drainage. On the other hand, underwatering leads to its own set of problems. You'll see dry, crispy leaves, drooping or wilting stems, and soil that pulls away from the edges of the pot. The plant may look dull and lifeless, and growth can slow or stop altogether. If you catch these signs early, a thorough watering can help your plant bounce back. Always check the soil before watering. Press your finger into the soil about an inch or two down. If it feels dry at that depth, it's time to water. If it's still moist, Wait a day or two and check again. This simple habit can prevent most watering mistakes. For larger garden beds, or when you have lots of plants, using a moisture meter or even a simple stick can help you gauge soil moisture more accurately. These tools take the guesswork out of watering and help you avoid both over- and underwatering. Healthy plants usually have shiny, firm leaves and strong stems. If you notice leaves becoming limp, dull, or losing their vibrant color, it's a sign that something's off with their water supply. Compare your plant's current appearance to how it looked when it was thriving to spot subtle changes. Remember, wilting isn't always a sign of thirst. Sometimes it's caused by heat stress or disease. On hot days, plants may wilt temporarily to conserve water, even if the soil is moist. Always check the soil before adding more water and look for other signs of stress. Good drainage is essential. Make sure your pots have drainage holes and never let plants sit in standing water. Excess water can suffocate roots and create the perfect environment for rot and fungal diseases. For outdoor plants, improve drainage by mixing in organic matter like compost or even a bit of sand. This helps water move through the soil more freely, preventing soggy roots and promoting healthy growth. Mulch is a great tool for retaining soil moisture and keeping roots cool, especially during hot weather. But even with mulch, it's important to check pots and new plantings daily when temperatures soar, as they can dry out quickly. Not all wilting is caused by lack of water. Pests, diseases, and extreme temperatures can also stress your plants and cause similar symptoms. Take a closer look at leaves and stems for signs of insects or disease, and consider recent weather patterns. Keeping a garden journal is a smart way to track watering patterns, plant health, and any issues you notice. Over time, you'll spot trends and be able to adjust your care routine before problems get out of hand. Trust your senses. Feel the soil, observe the leaves, and even sniff for musty odors. Your plants communicate their needs in many ways, and with a little practice, you'll learn to read their signals and give them exactly what they need to thrive. The right tools make watering efficient and effective. Soaker hoses and drip irrigation deliver water directly to soil, saving time and reducing disease risk. Indoors, self-watering pots help prevent both over- and underwatering. Just refill the reservoir regularly. For seedlings, use a watering can with a fine rose or a gentle wand to avoid disturbing roots. Mulch, straw, bark, or compost retains moisture, suppresses weeds, and regulates temperature. For houseplants, decorative stones or moss reduce evaporation and add beauty. Always water at the base, not the leaves, to direct moisture to roots and prevent disease. A moisture meter takes the guesswork out of watering. Rain gauges help track natural precipitation and avoid unnecessary watering. Rainwater is best for most plants. Let tap water sit overnight to dissipate chlorine. Clean tools regularly to prevent disease and maintain efficiency. With the right tools and habits, watering becomes a pleasure, not a chore. Thoughtful watering supports your entire garden's health. Watering is at the heart of every successful garden. By mastering these 5 tips, you set your plants up for robust health and growth. The joy of gardening lies in attentive moments, listening, observing, and responding. If you want more resources, let me know in the comments. I'm happy to help. Together, we can nurture gardens that flourish and bring beauty into our lives.